Well, more on John Corzine's return to Capitol Hill this morning, this time talking to the Senate Agricultural Committee. We are joined from Washington by the top Republican on this panel, Senator Pat Roberts. Peter Cook is standing by with the senator. Peter?
Thanks very much, Betty. I am here joined by Senator Roberts. Thanks for the time. I know important hearing for the committee. Same question I put to Chairman Stabenow. How awkward is it going to be questioning one of your former colleagues put in this situation, John Corzine?
Not awkward at all. We want to get to the bottom of this. We want the governor to tell the truth. We want the two officers with him to explain how on earth they don't know anything about $1.2 billion missing in regards to customer accounts. That broke the law. So we're going to dig down pretty deep. And we ask for specific answers. I hope we get specific questions.
At this point, do you think John Corzine's provided enough answers? We know he testified last week in front of the House Agricultural Committee. He said, listen, I wasn't involved in the day-to-day movement of money. Does that satisfy you?
No. You know, the road of good intentions, I think he said it wasn't his intent to do anything wrong, to be harmful to customers. He was very contrite about that, and I think I believe him. But that road of intentions leads to bankruptcy and leads to breaking the law, and we have to find out the specifics. So while the House tried to do a good job, we're going to try to drill down a little bit deeper, a whole lot deeper, and really find the answers.
Senator, this is Betty here in the New York studio.
Yeah,
now, MF Global, the CFO, and the president are also going to be testifying, and they're going to also be saying that they don't know where the missing funds are either. So if all three of them are going to say this, what does that tell you, Senator? Do you believe something is criminal going on here at MF Global?
Well, I'm not going to go that far right now until we find out some specific answers, but you can sort of lay out a plausible outline if in fact they were responsible in their jobs, and then ask them questions following that. Then we also have the trustee, and the trustee is very important. Now we find out that we'll be made whole, we meaning farmers, ranchers, business people, 72%. The trustee has some very credible information. Jill Summers, who is leading the investigation on CFTC, has some very important information to give to the committee. So stay tuned. I think we're going to get some answers.
But Senator, if even the top executives don't know where the missing funds are, I mean, what are the chances that you really can recover this money at MF Global?
Well, there's always a way to recover the money if you can find out where the money went and who is responsible. And I, for the life of me, do not understand, and I don't think any farmer, rancher, or business person understands how on earth the CEO, the COO, the CFO, all those acronyms, the people who ran the company, can stand there and look in a camera or look at a hearing and say, I don't know what happened to the money, but gee, I'm sorry. That doesn't cut it.
Senator, let me just ask you finally, the trustee here, and you mentioned also the CFTC commissioner who will be testifying. They spoke, at least the commissioner spoke last week as well. Are we going to hear something new from them? Have they uncovered new information about where this money may have been, or the sequence of events in the final days of MF Global that may shed some light on it?
Well, the sequence of events should go to the officers and to Governor Corzine. We want to ask Jill Summers where she is on the investigation. Has anything impeded her investigation? I think that's absolutely key. And then we're going to ask several other questions, more especially of the trustee. He's made some very important statements on one day the money's here and another day it's not, and what he thinks could have happened. That's the kind of question you say, well, if this is the case, isn't it plausible that this happened? And you want a yes or no answer. And depending on that answer, you go farther and farther and farther until you get an answer.
All right. Senator Pat Roberts, top Republican on the panel, questioning John Corzine today.